Estes, and I'm a heavy equipment operator at Fiore & Sons.
I'm Kathleen Huttmann-Williams. I manage the business development and marketing department at Fiore & Sons. Sharidan and I are going to just briefly discuss some of the fun things that Sharidan does every day. So let's start by talking about how you decided to get into construction.
My really good friend, David Anderson, got me into the construction industry. My main objective on this job is to run a motor grader, which helps clean up haul roads, finishes the product, and just make sure the scrapers are taken care of. I can run scraper, I can run dozer, I can run the disc, the water truck. I've made a lot of good friends in the industry, and they've each taken the time to introduce me to new equipment and train me. They've seen potential in me. Today I'm operating the motor grader. It's definitely one of my favorite pieces of equipment to run. It's kind of a solo project. At the end of the day, the motor grader plays just as an important part as the scrapers do, and at the end of the day we all come together and we get the job done. Just knowing that, you know, you look over there and you're like, wow, like we created that. That's such a great feeling to have, and there's more women coming into this industry, and it's just a great feeling to know that, you know, just because I'm a woman, I'm just as welcome as a man is. Fiore is definitely the best company for safety. We have safety meetings every morning and every afternoon. We always wear our seatbelts, we always wear our hard hats. We always communicate on the radios for safety. 3 points of contact is very important as well if you're on the machines.
My name is Jerrod, and I'm the foreman here for the overlock crew on this project. Basically what we do on this project is we arrive on site when there's just an open piece of land, and before the houses can be built and the streets can be put in, we do a process called sub-X overlotting. And the purpose of that is, in Colorado we have many different types of soils. A lot of those soils are expansive. They would cause the foundations on your houses to heave or to settle. So we go through and we dig big ditches, big holes where the houses are going to be built, so that we can take the different types of soils and mix them and make them more consistent. Along the way we use water trucks and farm tractors to help to perform that. And it's a lot like making pancakes, so to speak, where if you take your batter and you use that would be the dirt, you add your water to it, and then you use the farm tractor, which would be your mixer. And if you get too much water into it, your pancake won't hold the consistency. You can't build a house on top of dirt that's too soft. Or the other way around, if you don't get enough water and the right mixture in it, then your pancake turns out too lumpy, which also would be a problem. So the idea behind what we're trying to do is take the different soils, the different layers, we add water to it, we add mixing to it, and then we replace it back in the same hole, and we build it to a consistency for density so that houses can be built on top of them. Each job site is divided into areas that they want done first. If they want to build houses on the east side, they'll call this the filing 1, and there you start your work in filing 1 and complete it so that the next company can come in and do the next thing. There's many phases to this, between the actual dirt work and the utilities being involved in it, and then after the utilities, then your foundations come in. And each one of those are different companies. They schedule this and structure it so that one person can finish their work and move on to the next area while the next person's starting behind them. So that maximizes how fast the projects can be completed. If everybody waited until the whole project was done before the next person came in, that would extend your construction time by months. So by separating it into different filings, you're able to get work going on in multiple areas at the same time, which speeds up how fast the construction can be completed.
I'm Justin Russell with Fiore & Sons. I'm a survey supervisor. I do a lot of topos, drone topos. This here's the drone I use. It has made my job way easy compared to the way we used to have to do it. We used to have to hook up a GPS receiver on a four-wheeler or walking and take a shot every 15 to 20 feet. With this guy here, we're getting a shot every 2 to 3 centimeters. Horizontally, cuts my time in about a quarter of what it would take. So I've quadrupled my production. with this piece of technology here. A topo is a topographical map, a really accurate one. We obviously try to track all our dirt movement, how much shrink, how much swell, and for billing purposes, how much dirt we've moved throughout the project. All the yardage that we do on this project, we are approximately 300,000 yards into 1,000,000 yards. We got about 750,000 yards left to move out here. So to fly a drone commercially, you have to get your FAA license. It's not too hard. There's obviously several laws you got to follow with it. You can't go higher than 400 feet. In the air, it's low altitude. You got to keep it within visual line of sight at all times. We used to have to do this all by hand. We used to have to walk around, walking 10, 15 miles a day, taking shots with a GPS rover. Now I can do all that with this little guy here in about a quarter of the time that it used to take.